Fucked Beer, official sponsors of the Tom and Paul podcast.
Fucked. Don't drink it.
Tom and Paul, starring Tom as Paul and Paul as Tom. Episode 4, Babysitting.
Oh, Paul. Yeah, come in. I'm just putting the baby to bed.
Oh, right. I didn't know you... Oh, I didn't realise you were...
Yeah, I'm babysitting.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, look.
so cute.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, she really is.
Oh.
Yeah. Hello. Hello, sweetie.
Hello. Hello.
Her name's Veronica.
Veronica.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Strange
So
name.
lovely.
She's so cute.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put her down in bed. Night night, Veronica.
Shall I read her a story?
Yeah, she likes that. Do you know what I was going to ask you? She likes stories, apparently, but yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't actually know any stories.
Okay. I know a story. Once upon a time, there was just like peace in the world, and everybody was just, like just really chilling out, and everybody was happy and friendly, and there was no arguing, there was no kind of like backstabbing and moaning and all that kind of stuff. There was just like everyone was like really, really positive, and yeah, that's it, man. Yeah, the end.
That's some story.
The end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of a fairy tale. But she's gone off now. That's it.
Oh man.
Should we have a little look around, do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I always do when I babysit. I've got to say, I like, I've just got to check out their stuff.
Yeah.
So, I'll tell you what, though, babies are just great, aren't they?
They are great. They are. They're just. Do you want to be a dad then? You think, or is that what you'd like to be?
I don't really want to be a dad. I mean, men themselves can have babies now. Apparently, what would you like to do that?
I would. Like you say, there's. They can do anything. They can do this. Men can actually have babies these days. But do I want to do that? I mean, I haven't really thought about it. I think that's a pretty huge step, for me personally. But what about you? Do you reckon you want?
I'm more into like. I like babies. I'm more into my inner baby. Yeah.
What do you mean? I don't.
Well, it's like, I'm still a baby. It's like my soul is the baby.
All right.
All the other shit on top, like all my clever ideas and everything.
Yeah. You sort of
that's just like.
It's just stuff on top.
That's just stuff that, it's like a place I live, but really.
Yeah.
I'm not all these brilliant concepts that I've always dreamed up. I am just a little helpless soul.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
I can still feel that the same.
Like your sort of baby essence, your baby essence. I can still.
It's probably why I like tits so much.
Mm.
Was that the baby?
No, I think she's still sleeping. I think she's all right.
Yeah, poor baby. But they are a worry.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, what's the world going to be like for them when they grow up? It's such a it's a heavy responsibility.
There's so much pressure on young people these days, Yeah, man. I mean, social media. What is the world going to be like?
Kids don't even talk to each other anymore because they're all in separate boxes, kind of communicating virtually.
Exactly.
They may as well be like those chickens that they have in boxes. What are they called? Battery chickens.
Battery chickens. Yeah. You know, I mean. Yeah, I mean, I think this whole texting thing. I mean, man, it's going to get to the point where you don't need a phone, man. It's just like you're just going to be able to. It is. They'll just put devices in our heads. You'll just be able to just send a text by thinking it. You know, everyone will just be like quiet. You know, just be like you just have to think a text and it just sends. You know, people just be communicating via text, but you know, like from within. From like a little device in your head, you know, think about that.
I am, and it's making me feel a bit sick, you know, like nauseous.
Yeah.
I can't really, it's like wearing a sort of a very, very big hat with a lot of noise in it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you won't need a phone anymore. It'll just be, you will be the phone. You'll be the phone, you know.
So we're raising little phones.
Basically, that's what I think is going to happen. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was going to look for some adult material.
What's that? What's in that drawer?
Just a load of old,
just bits and pieces,
knickknacks, rubbish.
So what about?
Yeah, let's have a look here.
Oh, what's that?
Here you go.
Oh wow, Vegans on the Moon.
I thought you'd like that.
Vegans on the Moon began life as the in-house magazine for a research project founded by eccentric internet billionaire Elton Dusk into setting up a utopian vegetarian colony on the moon. When, after some ill-advised press statements, his empire went into decline, the title was sold, along with other assets, to the publishing house Sixtus Alphege, owned by politician Tristan Truly Smug.
Do you know that they're actually planning one day to get vegans on the moon? No, don't laugh.
Kidding.
No, seriously, there's going to be vegans on the moon, man. There's going to be like, because what they're trying.
Do you mean they're going to what do you call it? Take all the vegans and take them to the moon? Like sending convicts to Australia.
You've kind of jumped ahead with the idea there, but that's what I believe. Because man, there's too much crap going on down here, and what they're doing is they're actually buying up parts of the moon. It's going to be soya farms, man. GMO, soya farms. No, none of this.
Hey, what about this one?
Cow stuff.
Mending cars in hot countries.
Mending Cars in Hot Countries is a monthly magazine owned by Sixtus Alphege, part of the business empire of controversial conservative politician Tristan Truly Smug. Famous for only ever wearing 16th century dress, Mr. Truly Smug was the subject of a controversial court case where he was accused of smacking the bottom of a domestic employee for leaving a note which, in his opinion, incorrectly used a hyphen with an adverb, and for which he was fined £30. Speaking at the time, he said, "My children's use of grammar could have been irreversibly damaged by such a use of a compound modifier. I did what any concerned parent would do and administered a thrashing for such a transgression." Commenting on the case, the judge, Mr. Flogham Harder, said, "The fact that the defendant was in my year at Eton in no way affected my judgment. If the judge had to stand aside every time a school chum appeared before him, the whole legal system would come to a standstill."
Where is that? The Bahamas, that one?
Mexico,
Exactly.
mending a car in a bikini and a sombrero, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, wow, what kind of car is that? I don't know. And what's wrong?
It's a Mustang.
All right, is there something with the tyre?
She's reaching right inside the bonnet, I don't know.
Oh, right.
So it's obviously something deep in the engine.
Yeah.
Well, I'm bored of those. Let's see what records they've got.
Yeah. So do you think he's got any astrogalter?
I don't know this.
Oh my god!
Oh man!
God! That's
the reality album. That's like the first thing he ever put out. That's so rare.
Oh my god!
There's only ever like 5 pressed or something.
Let's have a look at it. Oh my God, it's been signed as well. He's actually signed it.
I don't know if the guy could write, but that is pretty amazing.
Oh, that's amazing, honestly.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
thanks.
So when was that?
Put it on the turntable.
Yeah.
Yeah? I'm not sure when it was. Do you know anything when it was done?
This is, I think, I'm sure wasn't it early 80s, this one?
I think so. Early 80s or late 70s. Oh.
Sausage too, man.
In a sleeping bag or something, like a long tube.
Oh man, yeah. I'm a vegan sausage.
Vegan. I know it is.
Awesome. Oh, take me back, man. Oh wow. Oh, just hear that. Oh yeah.
What's that? I don't remember that bit. What?
This is a remix!
Yeah, it's like some incredible soul thing!
Oh man, it's like he puts different styles into it, man.
I didn't know he did that. I didn't remember that.
That's awesome! Wicked! Yes! Oh man!
Feel it. Oh, brilliant!
It just takes me back. Oh God!
You have been listening to Tom and Paul, starring Tom as Paul and Paul as Tom, with sound design and announcements by John Thursfield. Music by John Thursfield, the legendary Shagpile and Astrogard Varenth. Do drop by again to dip your head into our brimful bucket of goodness. Goodbye. Bye. I'm driving down the road and I want to get away. I'm listening to the engine, feel like I'm in a play, 'cause I'm nervous. Robots in control. Robots in control. Headlights make me blink, my journey's just begun. Looking for some solace, but I'm aware there's none. I'm still nervous. Robots in control. Robots in control. What is this stimulation? What can be the cause? How can I stop these feelings? Go from bad to worse. I'm really nervous.
If you've enjoyed this podcast, please leave a review and subscribe so you never miss an episode.